When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That's a fact. Ken Foree said that. Anyway, today I wanted to review a movie that is just one of my favorites, and it's actually one of my favorite remakes of all time, and it is none other than Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder's version. And wow, this is an excellent horror film, a great zombie film. Zack Snyder is a very visual director, and when he makes his movies, he likes, like I said, he's got like a broad range of like visual effects, and just the way he looks at things, it's usually like big. You actually get to feel that in this film. Now this is the unrated director's cut, unrated extended version, too scary for theaters. You know, you got Vin Rames in this, Jake Weber, Mekhi Phifer, Sarah Polley, in this. And it's basically a remake of the 1978 Dawn of the Dead. But it's not, what I like about this film, it's not a complete copy. And there are a lot of differences between the George Romero and this version, and I will explain that. Now, the original Dawn of the Dead is like my favorite zombie movie of all time. My favorite out of the Romero zombie films. But, like, these are like new age zombies. And what I mean is they're not dumb and stupid like the Romero zombies that all walk all slow. Now, the Romero zombies were dangerous when they were in groups. When they were walking singly, they didn't really pose a threat. In this film, it's very, very different. Even one zombie you'll have trouble with. The shooting them in the head thing still remains the same, but these zombies are fast, cunning, and swift, and they just go crazy, like just running super fast and not getting tired or nothing. And I think that is more scarier than them walking all slow. I mean, walking all slow is still scary, but these, I mean, can you imagine running from a group of these things? You'll never get away. Honestly, you'll never get away. They're just too aggressive. But basically, Sarah Polley, she's, it shows her in the beginning, she works at the hospital. And when she gets off of work, she goes home and spends some time with, I think, her fiance or husband, or I don't know if it's her fiance, I think. So, you know, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, like, I think it happens like early in the morning. She notices that people are acting weird, like the little neighbor girl comes in and her face is all fucked up, and she bites her fiance. And her fiance turns into a zombie and just starts to go crazy. My favorite part of this movie is when Sarah Polley's character goes outside and she tries to get away, and she's driving the car down the street and the whole neighborhood is going nuts. Like zombies everywhere, people screaming, running, explosions. She's driving the car and people are getting attacked. You see cars hitting each other, police, ambulances, people getting run over. It's just complete chaos. And that was fantastic. I love the shots with the car, and like you see something over here and then you see something over here, maybe an aerial view where you see the city, and then there's explosions and smoke and stuff. That was amazing about this film. And basically her character meets up with a bunch of other characters in this film, and they go to the mall, so that kind of stays the same. But the mall was not, to me, the mall thing was a little weak. I'm not saying that going to the mall was a bad idea. It's just the mall in this movie wasn't as, you know, the mall was like a character itself in the original. So many stores, and like they spent all of their time at the mall, so you got to know the mall pretty good. This one, the mall was, I don't know, it wasn't as big. It kind of like, it had one main center where they were all at. They usually hung around at the food court, so to say. And you know, some other rooms in there, but they didn't really do a lot of exploring. They did a little montage in this like they did in the original where they messed around, they played basketball, golf, or whatever, and that was cool. But there are a lot of differences. One of the differences I love about this is that when they're on the rooftop looking down the parking lot, there's a whole bunch of zombies like in the original, but across the way there's another building with a guy on top of it, and he holds up a sign and he's like, he's alone and he needs help. He wants info and stuff. So like they're communicating back and forth from a distance. I thought that was amazing. And there's zombies over there, so you can't really get to him. He's pretty much stuck. And there was like communications with these like, you know, big boards that they write on just to communicate back and forth. So people start getting into the mix. Like there's new people that try to get into the mall. One of them is infected. Then it kind of, you know, goes down the line. One person's infected. Then they get rid of them, and then someone else gets hurt, and they, you know, it just goes on and on. And a stupid thing happens where they're going to try to go over to the next building and save that guy. His name's Andy, the one that's across the way. And what happens is they send this dog they send the dog to get past the zombies to bring this guy some food because he's starving. And the dog's over there, and I hate this girl in this. Like this teenage girl, she fucking jumps in the truck because she wants her dog back. She jumps in the truck amidst of all the zombies, and she drives over there just to get the dog. I'm like, what a dumb bitch. Like, honestly, just let her go. Just let her go. That's what I was thinking. But that pretty much puts everybody's lives in danger, because then they go after her. They try to rescue her and whatever. And that leads them to... that pretty much leads them to get into the building. They have to go underneath the ground into the sewer to get to that building. And just all hell breaks loose. I mean, there's a lot of zombie stuff in this. A lot of chases, like, you know, the zombies keep coming and they keep shooting. And a lot of gun battles and stuff. But the characters were really good in this. There's this one lady who's pregnant, and she gets bit or scratched, or so to say. And she starts to turn into a zombie, so Mekhi Phifer ties her down to a bed, and as she's having the baby, she has like a zombie baby. Like the baby comes out, and you can see his weird eyes, and like he's just zombified looking. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, and they end up like shooting it. They don't show it, but, you know, I thought that was kind of over the top in a way. I don't think they really needed to have that, but whatever. It's hard to watch. But all in all, I just think this was a really entertaining film, like, with the mall, with the outside, with the guy across the street, the zombies all over the parking lot. Zombies get in, you know, they go under in the sewers. They explore the mall a little bit, but they're on the rooftop a lot. There's a lot of, you know, there's some funny moments in this too, some good comedy. But all in all, I mean, they made like a Day of the Dead starring Mina Savari, and I think that was like a direct-to-DVD thing, but I really wanted to see what happened at the end. Like, at the end credits, it's weird. Like, they end up getting on a boat and sailing off, and they get to this island, and there's only a few of them left, and you think that this island is, like, uninhabited, but all of a sudden you see zombies again. They're coming at them on the island, and it just ends like that. So you don't know if they died or if they killed those zombies, because you see zombies dying when the credits are going on, and it plays Disturbed, which is one of my favorite bands, Down with the Sickness. And it leaves you hanging, and I didn't like that. I'm like, come on. I'm like, I wish they would just make another one or something. I want Zack Snyder to make another one. I mean, call it Dawn of the Dead, or call it Day of the Dead by Zack Snyder. Let's do it. Let's continue maybe with these characters, or have some new characters, and then these characters can join in if they survive. That's what I would like Zack Snyder to do. This is by far one of my favorite horror remakes. You know, up there next to Hills Have Eyes and all those. But this is, I was really impressed with this film. I saw this in the theater, man, and I tell you, this was the first time you've ever really seen zombies that move like this. I mean, I never saw zombies like this. In the theater, I'm like, holy shit, like these zombies are running everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Zombies don't do that. Zombies are like, they're all stupid. But man, this one, it was just a smart movie. It was great, and I had a lot of fun with this. This has some cool features I want to point out, this DVD, and also the Blu-ray I think has it. There's the lost tape of over 15 minutes of footage revealed about Andy's last days. And when I mean Andy, I'm talking about the gun owner guy that's across the parking lot, the guy who keeps holding up the thing, you know, wanting info, and he says he's hungry and stuff. Andy, he owns the gun store, and he's by himself over there, but this is cool because this shows him, he's making like a documentary of himself. Like, he tapes himself talking about, like, oh my god, like the power went out, and he's like, I gotta run on battery power now. There's these things outside, I don't know what they are. It's like 15, it's like, what is it, 15 minutes? 15 minutes of a lost tape of Andy. You get to see his perspective as this movie's going on. You get to see his perspective when the outbreak starts, during the outbreak, and then before he gets bitten and he turns into a zombie. That's pretty cool. You get to see it's almost like a deleted scene, but it's like extra footage that you didn't get to see in the movie. So that's definitely one to check out. Another one is Special Report Zombie Invasion. Basically, it's like this fake news coverage, but they do a good job with it. It almost makes it seem real. It starts from the beginning. Like, people think it's riots and stuff going on, but the news is covering it. All of a sudden, they realize that these people are biting people and killing them, and then they're rising back up from the dead and getting reanimated or whatever. A virus, pretty much. And it's spreading all over the country, and it shows, like, you know, in 12 hours, 48 hours, you know, 24 hours, 48 hours. It shows, like, the length of time, how long it takes for this virus to spread all across the country. And the news and the White House and everything is reporting it. And I thought that was really good. I don't remember how long it is, but it's definitely something to check out. You know, it just adds more fun to this movie. I mean, it's like side plots that they couldn't really show you in the film because obviously there's not enough time. But that's cool. Check out those. Check out these two, the Lost Tapes and the Special Report Zombie Invasion. Those are really, really good. Maybe I'll review those extras too for like a separate video. But Dawn of the Dead gets a 2 thumbs up for me. And I really enjoyed this. It's up there in my favorite zombie films. My favorite is still the original Romero version, but still, this is up there with it. So check out Dawn of the Dead if you have not. And so I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I didn't spoil it too much. And though, I mean, almost everybody's seen Dawn of the Dead. I mean, honestly. But if you like these videos, stay tuned because I'm going to be doing more reviews. And oh, if you have any requests, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you want me to review movie. The only thing is, I have to have watched it first. If you give me a movie and I haven't seen it, I won't review it, obviously, because I haven't seen it yet. But I'll let you know that in the comments, and maybe you'll give me something else, another idea. But if you want me to review something for you, I will gladly do that. Just let me know in the comments. So, like I said, stay tuned for more reviews. This is Rob signing off. See you guys later.